Hey, girl. Hey. So,
Oof.
as I was driving home
Okay.
from the Outer Banks this weekend,
Yes.
there was a sign on the side of the road.
Okay.
And the sign, it was a billboard. It was a billboard.
Okay.
And on this billboard were two hashtags.
Okay.
Hashtag justice for Johnny Depp. Hashtag men too.
Whoa, a men's right billboard?
I'm gonna drink some of my margarita right now.
What in the world? Are you serious?
Yeah, it's a margarita.
I hate you. That's okay. Like, I don't even know what to say to that. Honestly, that's just no. Just no. No.
Yeah. Dear listeners, I will give you a positive thing that happened at the Outer Banks this weekend. I went to a restaurant, as you do.
As you do when you're at the beach, yes.
It's called, are you ready for this? I got your crabs.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
It is. So when they're in season, they have steamed blue crabs. But they like their crab bisque was to die for.
I love a good seafood bisque of any kind.
Yeah,
I really do.
This was the best crab bisque I've ever had. It spoke to my soul.
Not your soul.
Yeah, girl. My soul was fulfilled and overflowing.
Oh Lord, you should get a wet wipe.
Isn't that right?
I don't like you. Oh my gosh. Well, at least I thought for sure you were going to say something racist because, you know, the Outer Banks and the East Coast part of the Carolinas, sometimes those restaurants have some pretty questionable names.
Well, yeah, that's true. There's too many white people there for it to be racist.
I mean, in Myrtle Beach, they have the Tar Baby restaurant.
Girl, I have something very important to tell you.
I remember when the person I was dating's family took me there for breakfast once.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
They had no idea. They don't even, they were so like, that's just a part of them. They didn't even think any of it. God. I remember pulling up and I was like, all right. Well, I know the food will be good.
So there was a barbecue sauce. I don't even know if they still make it. It was actually honey mustard sauce that was made in South Carolina that had like two Confederate flags on the symbol. They used to sell it at Harris Teeter. Girl, that shit, you throw that on a pork chop. I hate to say the hate was good.
I know it's good. That's the thing, right? Like, I mean, let's be very clear. We are coming from where we come from. We totally understand the people that don't understand that it's a problem. Like, we totally get it. So it's like, I get it.
God, girl. So what's new with you? What's new with you?
I'm tired.
Dear listeners,
girl.
So we are a day late with releasing Baking Sugar.
We're sorry.
Part of it is that I'm getting ready to go to Milwaukee for a wedding. So I had to work a lot Monday, Tuesday. So Wednesday I'm here sipping my Big Marg.
Not the Big Marg. So yeah, but no, things are okay. I went to the bar yesterday that I'm going to be doing the stand-up show at, so I got to talk to the manager, and we got to kind of situate where everything's going to be. So that was fun, and working on looks for the Renaissance Fair this weekend, so that's fun. And
you go to a Renaissance Fair, girl?
We go every year, but this year we're actually like we're gonna go along with the theme because they have different themes every week. So this one has like the whole like Celtic / Outlander theme. So I'm making kilts. I'm making the whole shebangs for me and the husband.
Are you going as a boy or a girl?
I'm going as a boy because I don't want to wear
What?
makeup. I don't want to wear makeup at a
Girl.
Renaissance fair.
Everybody else is.
Yes, but everybody, that's fine. But I don't want to. I mean, first of all, I don't want my makeup melting all over everything and sweating all over everything. And there is no amount of setting spray that's going to like combat the South Florida sun for a long period of time.
Fair. The woman makes a point. I'm just hoping that whenever I'm in Milwaukee, for some reason Trixie's there. Why are you making that face? She owns the gay bar there.
I know that, but like, isn't she like on tour all the time?
She is. I'm actually going to go see her the first weekend of April.
Oh.
I know. The husband and I are going up to DC, and we're going to DC. We got tickets. Girl, we got tickets to the African American History Museum.
How?
Magic and white people guilt. I don't know.
I almost thought you said you were going to say magic and white privilege, and I was like, girl, of all the times to invoke that, really? So I'm glad you said what you said, because otherwise this would have been an awkward conversation.
Speaking of white privilege, did you know that we have a Patreon?
Shut up. It obviously doesn't have white privilege because nobody's giving any money to it.
Dear listeners, if you go to Mims and Maim, patreon.com, Mims and Maim.
You mess it up every week now.
You know what?
Ever since you started messing with the backslash, you've been messing it up every single time.
You know what? They understand. Dear listeners, do you understand?
Obviously not. Nobody's giving anything to
you can throw us some money at patreon.com.
Obviously they're not.
Backslash Mims and Maim. Mims and Maim. Mims and Maim.
I mean, clearly they're not understand.
Maim, did you also know we have another podcast? Dear listeners, we decided to kill Where's Dorothy. We took a vote and we were unanimous.
We couldn't take it anymore. It was too much. We couldn't do it.
It's too much of our time and too much of a...
It wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny.
It wasn't even so bad that it was funny. Like, It wasn't like Murder, She Wrote, where like, it's not necessarily a funny show, but it's so ridiculous that it's fun to talk about. Ridiculous. It wasn't even like that.
But You Slay Me is our other podcast. It's a Murder, She Wrote podcast. Oh it's very fun. It's very fun. It's like, this one is, I think, our more serious podcast. Is it
not on a Wednesday? Thing? Not on a Wednesday. It's not. Nothing is.
Oh God, girl. Oh, mercy. So what else you got to talk about? We got another minute 45 before the 10-minute mark.
Did you watch the finale?
Oh, you mean Monique Hart won?
I mean, yes, but no. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
She came out before this, said she's never doing Drag Race again.
I mean, it is what it is.
It is. I mean,
this was to me was basically like Drag Race like season 1. It was like, let's do an experimentation and see how this goes.
Yeah.
And then we'll pick somebody that a lot of people seem to like.
Why not do it in like Branson, right? Like pick a casino, pick a random Native American casino. Like,
they just filmed this thing right after the UK season because the studio was still up.
Cheryl was so annoyed the entire thing. Like, you just saw her, she did her little walkout that she was like, I'm here.
Did you see her post on Twitter?
No, I didn't.
She did this post, and it says, justice for Jimbo, justice for Pangina, justice for, and then it says Cheryl Hole, and it has a picture of New York sitting there in the sunglasses, like.
So who do
I
you
was
think won the
done.
runway? Like when they walked out?
I mean, even though it was kind of monochromatic, I really liked Juju's
Oh,
dress. I thought
Jimbo.
Juju's dress was
Jimbo won.
gorgeous.
I know she was not in the Final Four. Jimbo won.
The only thing about Jimbo, I think for me, and this is
Uh-huh.
the thing about Jimbo that drives me a little crazy, right? Is it's like Jimbo is campy, and then Jimbo does this, right? And the look was beautiful. It was
Mhm.
great. But at the same time, it's almost like I really wanted to see him do like an elevated camp, like a really like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like it wasn't really, I mean, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful, everything about it was beautiful.
Yep.
But because I'm so, especially like since Drag Race and like all of his posts with the giant titties and you know,
Mhm.
he's so over the top now that I kind of was like expecting when he came out that it was going to be something like that, you know? So like I liked it, but I think it kind of like dampened it because I was really expecting him to like, I don't know, just do like a FU kind of, you know what I mean? Like just something like that. But that's
You mean
just
like
my
you said to
opinion.
Pangina?
Basically, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Basically, yes. Yeah,
Mhm.
like that, yeah.
What did you say, girl? Did you
I
say
said
something?
nothing. No.
Okay. You know what? You know what? Let me turn on my magic light.
Magic light and shine so bright. Show me all the things that just might bite. God, that is not.
Today on Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
We are not doing that.
No, never, ever,
Because
ever,
that thing
ever.
still scares me, probably. Anyway, man, you ought to get into this.
Let's do it.
This is season 2, episode 17. The return of Ray Dawn.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that, Marjorie, just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the light went out in Georgia. The light went out, the light went out, the light went out, the light went out. And that is the night the light went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Yes.
So we're at Sugar Bakers, as you do.
Sugar bakers.
And
Sugar
Maryjo
bakers.
is looking at a minimalist decorating catalog.
God.
And she's complaining about how all of these architects just have like a blanket and like a coat in a room and nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlene just goes on and on about that art that's just a big dot on a canvas. And she knows that at night, those rich people know that it is just a big dot on a canvas.
That's it. Those rich people, they know.
They do.
Now I'll say, right? It's fun. It is funny.
Ha-ha.
But at the same time, this totally, unfortunately, goes right along with all of the jokes about Charlene being ignorant. It's like, could you imagine if Charlene actually like said something enlightened about this form of
There's
art?
a phone call.
Oh, who is it?
It's the Atlanta police.
I'm sorry. What? Are they here for
They're
Anthony?
calling for Suzanne.
Suzanne?
Yeah. So Charlene says she'll let her know and they'll call her back.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Well, we find out that Suzanne used to not pay her parking tickets until the judge said that he was going to make her clean up the courthouse.
I mean, that'll get me to clean. I'll do my stuff if I have to clean courthouses also.
And Charlene asked Anthony if they can make you do that, to which he said they make rapists and murderers bake and sew, so I'm pretty sure they can do that.
Yeah.
And we also find out now that Suzanne used to call in Anthony at every, like, mock-up of a black man.
When they said that, I was like, I guess it's as funny.
I guess I don't.
Maybe if we didn't know what the history of the police and black men were, it might not be.
Yeah.
It might be funnier. But thinking about the thought of the police visiting Anthony every single time.
Yeah. Suzanne's here.
Oh, hey, Suzanne. Hey, girl.
She's
hey.
not okay.
Oh no, what's wrong? I did enjoy that little bit.
We find out she's been wiped out.
What do you, like with a
monetarily?
Oh no! But that's like her whole world.
Her accountant, Reggie McDawson, took it all.
Reggie Mac, why'd you do that to Suzanne?
She owes the IRS for the past 3 years.
Good gosh.
Yeah. She's apparently been just signing over blank checks to Reggie McDawson.
That's kind of awful.
We also find out that he was last spotted in Bimini Bombulash.
Not Bimini Bombulash, Eddie.
I did not realize Bimini was a place.
Oh yeah, it's very popular down here.
Okay.
There's day cruises that take you there. It's a huge thing. Like, I mean, once again, it's just because I live here. It's on the radio all the time. Like, there are cruises to Bimini they advertise it constantly.
Would you go on a cruise?
I've been on a cruise before.
As an adult?
Yeah, I've been on 2 cruises at this point.
Oh, did you get the flu or any kind of virus or anything?
Oh wait, the second time we did.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if you look at it, when like that shit goes through cruise ships. They are a biohazard, like disgusting mess. I will never until I do. But
did we go on 2 cruises? I'm trying to. Yeah, no, we've done 2 cruises.
I would probably do one of those slow Viking cruises down a river with all the rich old white people.
Let's do it, girl.
Yeah.
Let's do it. One of those princess lines. Oh my god,
yes. As you slowly
That's how we.
go
That's
down
what
the
we
Rhine.
do. That's how we celebrate turning 50. We're gonna do a Viking cruise.
Yes.
Like let's just put that pin in right now for our 50th year on this planet.
Dear listeners, I'm going to put that as a goal on Patreon.
Yep.
Send Mims and Maim. It's going to be $25,000, dear
You
listeners.
have 8 years.
You have 8 years to get us there.
We want to see Belgium. From a boat.
My God, Belgium.
I want chocolates on the river.
Oh my God. You know what? That brings up one of my favorite movies. In Bruges. I love that movie so much.
Love that movie.
He's so hot. He's so beautiful. He's such a beautiful man. Oh,
you see him as Penguin? He looks terrible.
No, because I'm probably not ever going to think about watching that.
Really?
Yeah.
This one's actually like even the people that were like kind of like poo-pooing it are like actually it's very good.
I've given up on hero movies.
I normally do, but it's difficult for me to say no to anything with Catwoman in it.
That's true. That's true. And Zendaya does look fantastic.
You mean Zoe Kravitz?
Zoe Kravitz, that's right. What was Zendaya in recently?
Spider-Man.
That's it. That's it. Right. So,
Moving on.
IRS has turned down Suzanne's extension.
Dang. I mean, it's actually very. I can tell you personally, dealing with accountants in my day life. That's actually that happens more often than not. It's actually very, very hard to get some IRS resolution if you don't have the right person, and she can't afford the right person right now.
Yeah, what you can do is it's very easy to set up a payment plan though. Like you just default and then say you want to pay, but getting an extension is much harder because the IRS wants their money, yo.
They want that money. And...
So Suzanne has a picture of Ridgeback Dawson, to which Anthony says, "White guy, huh?"
Whew.
I love that one.
White collar crime, y'all. White collar crime. They call it white for a reason.
So now we're at Suzanne's house, and we find out it's got an IRS sign in the front.
They put a lien on that thing, y'all.
And in the background, you hear. Turns out Consuela is very upset that she's been fired.
I mean, makes sense.
Yeah, and Julia was going to go talk to her, but Suzanne stops her because she's got a whole set of swords back there.
I love Consuela so much, and like for a character we never actually see, it's so perfect.
Know. And where's she actually from? I know in the next episode they mentioned Haiti, but I thought in the past it was Guatemala.
Like, it was somewhere like that, because remember her family came or something. You know,
yeah.
like I can't remember now, but I think it's a Latin American country.
Well, we find out that Suzanne's putting a lamp up for auction. And it's the lamp that Perky used to flip on and off whenever somebody was outside necking. And Julia's like, well, I never got that. However, every evening whenever Suzanne came home, it was like a blitzkrieg.
Yes.
Charlene offers to help her economize.
Like coupons?
Yes, like coupons and eating cans that are unmarked and unlabeled and this and this and this. Suzanne would rather just die.
I mean,
so Suzanne wants to keep the globe. The reason why is Bimini is on there, and she wants to find him, tie him up, cover him in honey, and release killer bees injected with rabies at him.
Yes. I would think covered in honey, she should have said like fire ants. Or something like that. Yeah. Like, I don't.
Ooh, speaking of fire ants, do you know what happened to me at the Outer Banks? Of course you don't. So, as I was walking home, so the arches in my heels were arches in my feet were starting to hurt a little walking in the sand for a while. So I was like, I'll just walk home on the road. You know, I've got them southern feet that they don't ever get hurt by anything. I can walk on gravel and all that shit. So I'm walking down the road. Everything's fine. Walking down the road, get to the house, take a left of the house. There's gravel, but right beside it's some grass. I was like, well, the grass will feel better on my feet. I start down that grass path, girl. I made a huge mistake. I found the one thing that I can feel. There were sandburrs all in my feet. Like, yeah, just my both feet just completely covered with sandburrs.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
Yeah. It was. But that's I lived and I persevered.
You do. That's how you do, girl. You persevere.
Suzanne's getting married.
I'm sorry, what? What are you talking about?
To Wilmot Oliver.
Wait, haven't they only been dating for like a very short time?
And according to Julia, he's 150 years old.
Wow. Okay. All right, Wilmot. That's right. You better take that Viagra. Honey, you better do it. Yes, get on that Viagra. House down boots. Oh,
did you just say house down boots? Oh, to Viagra.
It is a Wednesday night, dear.
It is a Wednesday night. Okay.
I want to see like I would love to see a combination of the occur combined with John Lovitz's hawking and the credit.
Jesus. I like the Acum? Yeah. Acum, like that? Do you know where I learned to roll my R's? It wasn't any kind of class.
Where did you learn to roll your R's?
Ruffles have ridges.
Oh my god. That is definitely a That's definitely a dress barn kind of sentiment there.
Girl, I'm a dress barn lady.
I'm going on a cruise to Spain. I can't wait. Y'all got some summer dresses I can wear. I've been practicing my R's.
Ruffles have ridges.
I just love that commercial.
Dress fucking barn. Are those still around?
Girl, I don't know.
God.
I make my stuff at this point. I don't know what's around no more.
Where am I at here? So we're at Sugar Bakers.
Getting married to Wilmot.
Yeah, we're at Sugar Bakers now, though. Anthony has been putting up flyers of Reggie Mack. And we find out Julia never liked him. And she doesn't like Wilmot.
Oh, well, I mean, Julie doesn't technically like a lot of things.
He's rude, and the children are crazy. She went to college with one of the daughters.
Oh, okay.
And her brother had his eye out.
What do you mean his eye out?
Like was missing an eye.
Oh.
And the daughter was the slingshot champion.
Oh.
You got it now, girl. You got it.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it. Death threats all over the place.
That
They're
sounds
crazy.
like a murder she wrote.
They are
episode.
crazy.
Oh my gosh! Could you imagine if Wilmot died, and then it was a murder she wrote episode?
It would be like every other person on that thing. Nobody liked him, but everybody had motive.
Except for that one person that really liked him, who always turns out to be the killer.
And that's exactly right. And in this next one, it's a stereotype girl. I did not expect. We'll get to that.
There's a lot of things going on in that episode.
There's a lot of things. Lafayette.
I love Garrett Morris so much.
Oh my God. Anyway, so enter Suzanne with Wilmot Oliver.
Mm-hmm. And Wilmot's butler.
We aren't to Roland yet. And Roland is an attendant. He would prefer if you called him an attendant.
Yeah, flight attendant. Yes.
Flight attendant. The flightiest attendant.
Yes, Roland. Yes, girl. Yes, ma'am, Roland. Yes.
Anyway, we find out Wilmot's deaf. Not a little deaf. He's real deaf.
Yes. Comically so.
Comically so. So Suzanne introduced everybody, and he's like, I know Julia introduced me to people I don't know. And he's like, well, this Charlene, Darlene, or whatever, it's nice to meet you. Maryjo, oh, you're a pretty one, aren't you? So Suzanne wheels him out back. And then we find out Roland has the tea, darling.
Hey, Roland, you got some lifting for us, Andy?
Julia's like, so, what does the family think? You didn't know? No.
Roland would totally be our best friend.
He would. I was thinking, I don't picture Julia like approaching Roland like this. I picture it being Charlene, because Charlene feels like she's had more gay friends in the past.
Well, I think
she's just so tall.
No, but you know what, though? I will say this about Julia, is that although I agree with you, at the same time, I have a feeling that Julia has spent a lot more time with confirmed bachelors than,
that's true.
Because Julia, not Dixie, Julia is on the more liberal side, I could actually see them flocking to her.
That's true. That's probably very true.
Like Julia could probably talk. She could probably queen talk with the best of them, I bet.
So we find out that at dinner last night, the children were muttering, silent mouthing, money sucking whore. That's the word. And society licking bitch.
Yes. Right, exactly. That society licking bitch. I was like, man, I wish I wish at this point now that the two of us didn't already have drag names, because those two things could be perfect drag names for the two of us.
Yeah. Welcome to the stage, society licking bitch
And money sucking whore.
Woo!
Yep.
And then we would enter like it's the Oscars and be surprised to see each other.
This isn't staged at all.
You know, that's always been my dream, to come on stage with another drag queen of a certain quality, which is it could be any quality, really.
Breathing and with proper makeup on.
Breathing and with makeup on.
We'll just settle for the makeup.
We'll just settle for doesn't even have to be a wig. And then
if we can't see your pores, that's okay. We're good.
And then I kind of want the balloons from that last episode of Murder, She Wrote, the white pillars, to be behind me, and then all of a sudden come around them as they're following me, and then Maim, good to see you. I didn't even know you'd be here.
Oh my gosh! Why did you have to bring those balloons back up?
Dear listeners, if you have not watched the Murder, She Wrote episode, Broadway Malady, I highly suggest you do it and listen to our critique of it, because
I can just see it in my head right now. I can see the little staging happening now.
It was a goddamn mess. Excuse my language.
Balloon golems on Broadway.
They didn't have that in Cats. Cats would just be attacking them. That's all.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, that would never work.
Oh my God. Could you imagine if that was in Phantom? The music off as he's just batting them out of his way. Or if he comes down on one, or that crashes down instead of the chandelier. God, it's just annoying to the audience because it bounces like a ball over them. Oh, God. And dear listeners, Milton Berle's there too, just cause.
Oh my God. I still can't get over his nothing contribution to that episode.
I'm Uncle Milty.
That terrible joke. It wasn't even
I'm Uncle
joke.
Milty and I hate my secretary. I'm done here.
That was the joke. I hate my secretary.
That was it. It was 10 minutes of that for I hate my secretary.
Gnawing on the cigar stub.
Charlene suggests a telethon. A Save Suzanne Baker telethon.
Oh, okay.
And put a little coin thing in all the gas stations for her.
I would love that, actually. Could you see Suzanne? I even know the perfect shot. They could print off a picture of her when she was on Design House and she was covered with the burns and the blanket and stuff like that.
Charlene. Ooh, that's a margarita.
Dear listeners, Mims is imbibing with margarita while we're doing the recording. So if you hear temporary silence, that's just her loading up on her tequila.
You know what? There's a restaurant next door to me called Totopos Mexican Chicken.
It's called what?
Chicken. Totopos Mexican Restaurante.
Totopos?
Totopos. It's a Mexican street food restaurant. It's delicious. Okay. And they sell margarita mix. And I was like, oh, DoorDash, I want this. I'm recording tonight. I don't have to work tomorrow. Margarita mix. So here I am drinking my Totopos special. Talking to one of my friends.
That's another good drag name. Margarita
Totopos
mix.
special?
No, margarita mix.
Margarita mix? I'm sure that one's been done.
Yeah.
Little Latino queen, why are you crying?
I need more drag children. I need more.
How many do you have now?
I don't know, 9.
That's probably
Is it 9? Something like that.
Soon you're gonna have to put one up for adoption, girl.
5. No, I have no, not 9, 7. I have 7.
Okay.
I have a lot.
That is a lot. I mean, do you monetarily support them?
No, well,
That's good. Oh,
I don't monetarily. I mean, I do. I will help with things, right? So like if they need stuff for performance, if they need
Yeah.
like makeup and stuff, like I'll help them with that.
yeah.
Oh,
You'll
Yeah.
show them how to go to Marshall's and get something on a deal.
yes. I mean, yes. Or I'll go to Marshall's and I'm like, oh my god, I found this palette and I thought it would be perfect for you, and I only paid like
Yeah.
$4 or $5, right? Like, some of them. I mean, some of my kids, especially on the king side, like they don't resource wise.
Nah, they don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll help them.
TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Ross Cross Dress for Less, yo.
That's it, yo.
Anyway,
That's
where
it.
we at with this?
We haven't even gotten
Oh,
to
Julia
Brenda.
suggests something.
Oh, okay. So what's your idea, Julia?
She said that when she was audited by the IRS, there was somebody who helped her a lot.
Oh, who is that, Julia?
Ray Don.
Oh, like Ray Don that you blessed out, Ray Don?
Yes, Ray Don Simpson. She's like, well, you know, he wears a cheap toupee and a polyester suit, and he's a womanizer, but we'll just have to do what he does. To which Charlene says, we're gonna wear a cheap toupee and a polyester suit?
They should have said yes to that.
Pretty much, Charlene. Pretty much.
I would have loved for like them to dress up as like men and then go to the office and try to have like a manly talk with Ray Don about the situation. That
How
would've been
much better
cool.
would that have been than this?
Yeah, that would have been cool.
So we're at Ray Don's office now. Didn't waste
Now-
any time, girl. We're there. We're just there. God. And
I mean,
Ray Don
we're
has a
running out
new
of- I mean, we're technically
toupee.
we're running out of time technically because we spent so much time dealing with like the first half of this story that it's like, okay, we just got to get to Ray Don.
Yeah. So Ray Don's got a new toupee. And like Julia starts talking about Suzanne, and he calls Suzanne a full-figured gal, very attractive.
First time we are acknowledging that Suzanne is a little bit more full figured.
Uh-huh. She's still the best dressed.
Oh my god, yes, definitely.
Julia is flirting down the house boots, I believe it's called.
That's flirting house down boots. Flirting house down boots.
That's what I said.
Not, you don't say no. You said flirting the. It's no the. Just
Oh
house
no,
down
it's
boots.
Julia. It's the.
Oh, understood.
I see where you were correcting me, and no, she's flirting the house down boots.
Understood. Got it.
Oh. So,
Got it.
Ray Don apparently still hears her speech sometimes when he tries to go to bed at night. And I'd like to thank you, Ray Don. This is the third time we've heard the speech. First from Julia, second from Charlene, third from Ray Don, and props to all three of them for not missing a damn beat.
And we're into the second season.
Yep.
That
Yep.
happened in the first season pretty early on.
So Julia's asked him if he's wearing his hair differently, and he goes, "It's still there, isn't it?" like he put the toupee on backwards, is what it is.
Oh man, I mean, from a drag perspective, I felt that in my bones.
Boy, you turn me inside out,
Ooh.
round and round,
Uh-huh.
upside down. You turn me.
Ooh. Oh, maybe I'll do that tomorrow night. I haven't done a Diana Ross song in a while, actually.
It gets very boring after a bit.
It does. I might not do that one.
Because it just repeats itself over and over and over again.
But that was like all of her 70s songs, just about like
Yeah.
they all were. I mean, because they were all
They're
disco songs, right? Like
Very long, a little
They're all-
slow, and just repetitive.
yeah, they're all just choruses so people can dance along to it.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but
Do
iconic.
MacArthur Park.
Girl, I've actually done MacArthur Park before.
Did you have a cake?
No.
Well,
What
then how you going to leave it out in the rain, girl?
Why did
How
I
you
say
going to leave it
MacArthur?
out in the rain?
Why?
And then
Oh, I
laugh
sang
like
Mac-
hysterically at it as you throw it at the audience.
That's right. I sang MacArthur's Park for Carlos's birthday. the night that we celebrated his birthday, I did MacArthur's Park. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. So Maryjo offers Radon a daiquiri.
I thought that was to me is the best part of the entire episode.
Radon says no. Maryjo just opens that bitch anyway and starts drinking
In the IRS office.
in the IRS office.
I love
So
it.
Julia
very
then
much.
talks about how Suzanne is getting ready to lose her heated swimming pool. And wouldn't that be a shame? Because have you ever gone to a guy-gal mixer in a swimming pool and seen in December when there's snow all around, because it snows so much in Atlanta, snow all around. Dear listeners, it didn't snow that much in Atlanta back in the 80s. It didn't, you know. But anyway, snow all around and the steam coming off of the tight, muscular bodies. Nothing? You got nothing?
I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean, it's like I think that number one, Ray Don is like, I guess you would call him out of the league, out of her league, out of this
Out of her league. Out of
right?
a league.
Like,
out of all
out of
leagues.
any
In a
league,
league of
right.
her own.
Yeah, like I mean, it is funny. Don't get me wrong,
Yes.
it is hilarious. But this is not Ray Don's target demographic. He needs them to be kind of like a little bit older, a little bit more desperate. So even from his perspective, like, I mean, that sounds more like what Peyton would be interested in, not Ray Don.
Dear listeners, I do apologize if you hear my dog in the background.
Hey, Irene.
She's losing her mind. She's up here with me since my husband's not here.
Like Liza.
Huh? Like Liza? Has Liza lost her mind?
Or am I losing my mind?
Oh.
Da, da, da. I think about you.
Done with you.
Sorry. I
Done.
was listening to that Rumors album the other day, so I don't, it's just been in my brain.
So now we're back at Suzanne's. And we find out that Maryjo called Ray Don a hairless government weenie after he said no to the extension.
Yes.
So Julia then says, Suzanne, this should tell you something. To which Suzanne goes, I know, but what is it? Julia said, if I were willing to do this, shouldn't you not marry, or you shouldn't marry Mr. Oliver? Right? She's like, I did all of this more than I've ever done for anybody else. Don't marry him.
Please don't marry him.
And they all go on this tangent of how she's supposed to be like Scarlett O'Hara, and who just, after the Civil War, just took it upon herself and fixed it all and got that black person an Oscar.
Hattie McDaniel.
I know. I've never seen it. I assume Hattie probably deserved it in her own right.
But the thing about that analogy is that technically Scarlett wasn't by herself.
I know.
That
And
situation.
never. And she has Rhett at the end.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. And I mean, yeah, so she did leave. She did, Ashley got taken, and Melanie, and all of this. We're not gonna get into it.
I've never seen it. I know nothing.
My first boyfriend was named, his middle name was based off of Ashley from The Gone with the Wind, because his family was such a big fan of the movie that because I was trying to figure out why it was spelled Ashley in such an unusual way. And then he said, "Oh, it's because it's from the guy from Gone with the Wind. That's where I got the name from." I was like,
Was this same person who took you to our babies?
Wait, what? Yeah, same family. had to remember what I was like. Oh yeah, earlier. Yeah, same family. Oh no, same family. They love the South. They love the South.
So Suzanne calls it off with Wilmot. Maryjo says, we're party girls because we travel with our own libations. She says she hands a drink to a canned daiquiri to everybody. And she's going to get, when this is all over, they're going to get 5 seats to Bimini. You may ask who the 5th seat's for. It's the Killer Bees. Do 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 do. Maim,
Yes.
did you find yourself a Miss Georgia World? I hope you did. Because that's part of our shtick, dear. That's part of our shtick.
No, because I'm trying to think now. Because now there was a dress. I'm trying to remember the dress that Suzanne, is it a dress she was wearing at the very beginning with the red? Is it a dress she had on?
Yes.
Yeah, that was. I love her in red. Just period.
Yeah. It's the same one I chose. It's a red dress with a black collar, and she's got the black fur over it. But when she takes off that fur, that dress is great.
I mean, she just looks so good in that color. That
it's true.
Yeah, that's it. That's it for me. I mean, I was like, oh hey girl, hey. Also, shout out the runner up to Wilmot. He looked very dapper in that suit he had on.
Girl, did you like this episode?
I kind of liked it, but I kind of was like, it didn't have like a resolution to it. You know, like it was so open ended. And because I can't really, I guess because, you know, it's been decades, I can't really remember how this storyline evolves over time with Suzanne being broke. And
it lasts a while.
Yeah, like I feel like, because I remember at some point we're going to see the dude. I can't remember what the context is for that, but I do know that he does show up at some point over the course of the show. So I thought it was a fun one. I do think that I hope this is the last we see of Ray Dawn. I feel like this is hopefully his swan song to get.
I googled it. It is.
Yeah, to get to quote back to Julia one more time, so we can put that in the coffin and never speak of it again. So I would say like I am like a 50-50. Like I kind of liked it and kind of was like, meh. It was kind of like I said, it was weird because it's like it's starting a new plot, but they didn't. They treated it in kind of a weird way.
Yeah. I agree with you. It was very disjointed. Like I thought that some of the jokes landed, some of the jokes didn't, and part of me was also wondering, hey, did we decide to make Suzanne poor because she's gaining weight, and we don't know what to do with this?
I don't think.
Are we trying to explain her depression? What are we doing here?
I do think. I mean, I know it sounds strange, but I feel like the show well, this is now the second thing that's happened. But I feel like the show likes to put her through it.
Yeah.
Right? Like almost like a constant sort of, okay, something terrible is happening to her. Now something else terrible is happening to her. Like kind of it keeps happening. And I guess watching it now as an adult, I'm realizing like almost nobody else has these like weirdly heightened situations happening to them ever.
Yep.
Suzanne keeps having them happen. For a woman who like all she does is like she's just rich and sits around all the time. It's like, good Lord, how do all these things keep happening to you?
Well, Maim, I believe that wraps this up.
And that wraps this up.
Why don't you tell our dear listeners where they may or may not be able to find you?
Sure. Hey, dear listeners. This is Auntie Maim, your favorite relation.
Her tagline.
Yep, my tagline. So you can find me on the interwebs at auntie.maim. That's MAIM on Instagram and on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter at Maim Ministry. If you are, if you are in South Florida, like, you know, as people do come down here for vacations.
They do, but don't say gay.
Don't say gay, girl. Don't. Even though this is a very gay state. But if you come down here, you can see me Tuesday nights hosting Laughs at Lit at the Lit Wilton Manors, which is in Fort Lauderdale. And on Thursday nights, you can find me in Miami Beach hosting Amazing Colossal Karaoke.
Too many words.
Oh my God, it's not too many words. At a great little dive bar called Kill Your Idol. Super fun, super friendly. We love having out of towners, and on Saturdays, I sound busy. On Saturdays, on Saturdays, I do improv comedy in a Villain Theater in Miami. Usually they're like every other week. So just look for our house team, Yas, the only all LGBTQIA plus improv show in Florida. So, how about you, Mimsy?
I'm the Divine Miss Mims. I don't do that much because I value my time at home, sitting here, drinking my chamomile tea.
You're drinking a margarita.
Girl, that's because I have tomorrow off. I'm getting ready to go to the land of sausage and beer.
Yeah, better get your vitamin C now.
You're right, girl. You're right. The limes won't grow up there. Anyway, you can find me at Divine Miss Mims on Twitter. You can find this podcast at Baking Sugar Pod on Twitter. We have another podcast, You Slay Me. You can find
just
it.
The one. Just the one.
Just I said podcast, not podcast.
Dead to us. You're dead to us.
We have a Patreon, patreon.com /MrMahaffey. We'd love it if you threw some money at us.
Just anything.
Anything.
We're trying to get rid of ads. Let the people know we're trying to get rid of ads.
Yes, we are trying to get rid of ads. Unless you like the ads, and then we'll keep them.
Here in America, we believe in freedoms. We believe in bullets. We believe in conservative stuff. Now, here's the drag queens.
God. Maim, I think that you've summarized everything about us right there. Why don't you just say goodnight, Maim?
Good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.